At 4:30 a.m., I'm standing completely naked by my open bedroom window, letting cold morning air wash over my skin for exactly 10 minutes. This isn't some modern wellness trend, this is how Benjamin Franklin started every single day for decades. It was about systematic self transformation. Have you ever wondered what separates people who achieve extraordinary things from those who just dream about them? After 60 days of living like Franklin, I discovered it's something completely different and it's available to anyone willing to do the work. And for the past 60 days, I've been living exactly like one of America's founding fathers. But here's what shocked me: Franklin's routine wasn't about productivity hacks. Let me be honest, I started this because I felt like I was wasting my potential. Every night I'd go to bed with that gnawing feeling that I could be more, do more, contribute more. Sound familiar? But instead of accepting mediocrity, he did something radical. He designed a daily routine that would systematically close the gap between his current self and his ideal self. Think about it: when was the last time you intentionally designed your day around becoming better rather than just getting through it? That gap between who you are and who you know you could be, that is what drove Franklin to create his system. At 20, Franklin was a failed businessman who had disappointed everyone. Franklin's routine was built around what he called moral perfection, not in a religious sense, but pursuing the best version of himself. He identified 13 virtues: temperance, silence, order, resolution, frugality, industry, sincerity, justice, moderation, cleanliness, tranquility, chastity, and humility. He focused on one virtue per week, cycling through them 4 times per year. Modern neuroscience confirms what Franklin intuited: our brains can only handle so much change at once. Here's the genius part: he didn't try to work on all 13 at once. His daily schedule was deceptively simple. Wake at a.m., ask what good shall I do this day? Work with intention, reflect in the evening by asking what good have I done today? But within this structure was profound understanding of human psychology. He knew that excellence isn't an act but a habit. What is one area of your life where you have been hoping for change instead of systematically creating it? The first week was brutal. My body rebelled against the AM wake up. The cold air bath felt like torture. But something shifted around day 10. I started feeling different, not just more productive, but more intentional, more like the author of my own life. I was more present in conversations, more decisive in meetings, more consistent in my commitments. Have you ever noticed how some people have this quiet confidence, this sense they're exactly where they're supposed to be? That's what intentional living creates. Week 3 brought the breakthrough. I realized I'd been living reactively for years, checking email first thing, letting other people's urgencies become my priorities. Franklin's routine forced me to be proactive, to decide what mattered before the world started making demands. By week 4, people started noticing changes, not just in what I accomplished, but in how I showed up. Around day 30, I wasn't just following Franklin's routine, I was becoming someone who naturally lived with intention and discipline. The person who used to hit snooze was now excited to start the day. Here's what Franklin understood that we've forgotten: discipline isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. When you master your morning, you master your day. When you master your day, you master your life. For too long, I'd been someone who talked about change instead of creating it. I learned to keep promises to myself, to honor my own commitments, to treat my personal growth as seriously as any professional obligation. His routine taught me that transformation happens in the daily choices, the small moments, the unglamorous consistency that no one sees but everyone eventually notices. Franklin believed we're all capable of continuous improvement until the day we die. Your age, your circumstances, your past failures, none of that matters as much as your willingness to start designing your days around your values instead of your impulses. Franklin once wrote, "Well done is better than well said." What's one virtue you could focus on this week? What would happen if you approached that area with Franklin's systematic intentionality? The most profound change wasn't in my productivity, it was in my relationship with myself. The question is, what kind of person will your daily routine create, and is that someone you're excited to become? What would change in your life if you started making decisions based on who you want to become rather than what feels comfortable right now? By day 60, I'd remembered what it feels like to be intentional about my life. You don't need to follow Franklin's exact routine, but you can adopt his principle: systematic daily improvement toward becoming who you're capable of being. The question isn't whether you're capable of this transformation,